and welcome to Metta Minds with Miss Helene. I am Miss Helene. Today we are going to transform the way that we think about ourselves, which is going to change our whole outlook on our lives. We're going to start believing and trusting ourselves and really listening to our hearts. Unfortunately, things outside of our bodies are not going to bring us happiness. The toys that we have, the stuff that we have, the people around us are not going to be our source of happiness. We might play with these things, experience these things for a little bit of time, but if we grow out of them, or if they move away from our lives, or if we lose them, it brings us unhappiness because we've placed our happiness in something outside of our control. We're going to be stuck not feeling happy because we've given our happiness and allowed somebody else outside of ourselves to make us happy. True happiness comes from within us. And when we feel this from ourselves, in ourselves, it rubs up on people around us. If then the key to happiness is ourselves, then we better make sure that we're treating ourselves with kindness too, because we need to be happy first. We need to be kind, strong, courageous, brave, smart, all those things so we can be happy within ourselves. If we're happy within ourselves, then that happiness is going to rub off on all the people around us. We can't be talking negatively about ourselves. We can't be thinking negatively about ourselves because we are the source of our own happiness and our own kindness. Well, today we're going to start by thinking of all the things that we are unhappy with about ourselves. It could be something that we think that we're not good at. It could be something somebody else has said to us about what we're not good at. We're going to take those things and start changing the way we speak to ourselves. Start changing the way that we see these things about ourselves from a negative one into a positive one. I think the activity will help make this a bit clearer. So let's get right into it. For this activity, we're going to be needing one A4 size paper, one A5 size paper, a similar color would be great, some sticky tape, and some colored pencils. We're going to just roughly mark out the little piece of paper on the big one. We're going to just gently trace around it so that we know where that paper will fit in once we take it off. So anything that we're drawing must happen inside that square that we're drawing now. Inside, we're going to be drawing and writing any negative thoughts that we might have about ourselves. Anything that we think that we're not good enough at, we're not good at. It might be something somebody has said about ourselves, or it could be something that we think about ourselves as well. So one thing might be, I am scared of the dark, or I can't swim. I don't have many friends. I am alone. Think of all the things that somebody else may have told you as well. So I am small. I look different. Anything that we feel is negative and makes us feel, sad about ourselves. I'm not Beautiful. These are unfortunately some things that we may think about ourselves or other people may have said, and we, believe them and trust them. What we're going to do now is change these ideas into positive ones. We are going to cover them up. Thank you so much for having these thoughts, even though they were not nice ones. Thank you so much for getting me to where I am today, because without these thoughts, I wouldn't be who I am. But now it is time for me to change. Now it is time for me to step into my power and be the best version of myself. So I'm going to take a piece of sticky tape and we're going to stick it on the top. So if we want, we can look back and see the person that we used to be, but we're no longer that person underneath. This is who we are now. When we start on the top page, I want you to draw yourself really happy and the best version of yourself. If you feel worried about drawing, you can take a picture of yourself and stick it on here as well. That will work as well. I am going to draw a simple picture of myself being really happy, because I am so happy with who I am and who I am going to be. I cannot wait to see who I become. This is me, Miss Helene, super happy about who she is. Okay, let me color myself in. My favorite color is yellow. I'm going to wear some orange pants. I don't own any orange pants actually. I hope you're drawing yourself too. And I have beautiful brown skin, so I'm going to color that in. And black hair. Okay, there we go. Me, myself, very, very happy. Now around this, using color and brightness, we're going to map out who we're going to be. So we're going to take some of these things that we thought negatively about ourselves and change them. I am small. Okay, this is something that I had to learn about myself. I am small, but I am mighty. Because being small doesn't make anything different. I am still going to be amazing, no matter what my size is. What's the next one? I don't have many friends. Oh dear. Well, I can change that around to I have so many friends around me. I am loved. Beautiful. Okay, what's next? Let's change something else. I look different. We're going to change that to I am unique. One of a kind. Because we are all one of a kind and there's no one like us out there, so we should be very proud of that. What's next? I am scared of the dark. Oh yes. When I was young, I used to be so scared of the dark. But as I grew older, that changed because I became brave and I stopped fearing the darkness. So I'm going to say, instead of I am scared of the dark, I'm going to write I can see the light. In any darkness, I'm going to be able to see the light. I won't be scared of the dark anymore. I won't be scared anymore. I can't swim. Oh, I used to think this about myself when I was a child because my sister was so good at swimming, but I didn't feel like I could swim like her. So I used to think that I couldn't swim. But we're all so different and we're all going to be good at different things, and that's okay. So I'm going to write, I swim the way that's best for me. And for me, swimming was floating, diving. Those were my favorite things. So I was so good at those things. Okay, what was next? Oh, I'm not beautiful. These are kind of thoughts that come into our mind and slip in there, don't they? So I'm not beautiful. I'm going to change that straight to I'm beautiful. Inside and out. What's the other one? Last one. I am alone. Oh, sometimes when you think you're alone, it's really hard to see who is around there that might be thinking the same or might be able to help you. So we're going to change that from I am alone to I have everything I need. I am not alone. How wonderful. Look at how we changed the way that we thought about ourselves that were so negative, and different way of looking at ourselves. Look at how we changed the way that we thought of ourselves into becoming something so positive. We are going to be amazing, and we are going to be the best versions of ourselves when we start concentrating on this and not this. Once you start to do this, you can look back and be like, oh my goodness, I am no longer this person anymore. I believe these things are who I am instead. We are going to put this up somewhere where we can see it all the time. We are going to thank that old self that we have underneath, because without it, we wouldn't be able to be who we are today and get to where we are today. So thank you so much. But now we're going to be this version of ourselves, the best version that we could possibly be. But from now on, we're going to treat ourselves with kindness too. And we're going to change that negative thoughts into positive ones. So when we see it every day, we're going to be determined and confident that this is who we are now. You will make these changes and you will become this person. And slowly but surely, things will change. Remember, just like anything else, it takes time and practice. It's not going to happen overnight. But you'll be able to lift that cover and look back and see how much you've changed and how much you've grown to becoming this person that you want to be. Thank you so much for watching today. I am so proud of you. I will see you next week.